I made almost close to $400,000 at the age of 21. And one thing that I want you guys to get from this video before I even break down anything, is flexing is not worth it. I promise you, flexing is not worth it, y'all. Flexing is only temporary. You might be able to pop bottles at the club one night, right? You might be able to flex your chain a couple times, but eventually it gets old, right? Eventually people don't care about that shit like they used to, right? You spend all this time trying to get like these things, right, to make yourself feel better about yourself, to get more women, to get more respect from your peers, right? But at the same time, it will set you back in the long run, especially if you're building a business, you're trying to start something, trying to have a purpose. Now look, I know these are the rewards that we want for working so hard in the business, right? I know these are the rewards we want. We want the Lamborghini, we want to be able to buy the designer clothes, we want to be able to buy the nice watch and buy the chain. But listen, y'all, it's not worth it. Looking rich and being rich is two different things, right? Looking rich, it puts a burden on you, bruh. And trying to look rich, it's not what you think it is. When you don't have to wear no jewelry, when you just can wear a basic black t-shirt, you know what I'm saying, every day, and really lock in and focus on your businesses, you don't have to worry about, you know, the perceptions of being rich, right? Dressing nice, wearing nice clothes, having nice things. Everybody expects you to do certain stuff, right? Everybody expects you to pay. Everybody expects you to have the method. Everybody expects you to have everything, right? And people are gonna look up to you. You want to be the idol, you want to be different, people are gonna look up to you, and there's gonna be responsibility on your shoulders. Now when you're faking it versus when you actually doing it, you can actually provide opportunities. You're actually rich. You actually make multiple 5-6 figures a month, right? You almost got caught up in that. You almost got caught up in trying to increase your lifestyle, buy the designer shit, buy the whips, buy all of this stuff, right? But it was never gonna add value to your life anyway. The things that we own tend to own us, right? So that brand new truck sitting outside, that brand new Cadillac truck sitting outside that we gotta pay $2 every month, or our credit score is ruined for the rest of our life, right? There's a lot of things that once we own them, they tend to own us. So this car breaks, right? This Lamborghini breaks. We got to put it in the shop. We got to invest $20,000 on a brand new suspension arm or something like that for these vehicles because they're expensive, right? All of this stuff like that you weren't prepared for when you're trying to just seek attention. Attention is expensive, right? Attention is expensive, and it doesn't really pay off, right? You might get some pussy right now, you know, just some pussy, bro. 50% of the world's population has some pussy, right? So you might get some pussy now, you might be able to fuck the bad bitch now, you feel me? But that bitch ain't never really gonna stay, right? She gonna leave as soon as she see you can't provide her with the lifestyle that you're portraying. So if you really want to be for real, right? If you really want to have respect for yourself, you really want people to have real respect for you and not just respect for the moment, and 2 months down the line when they see you don't really have it the same, they aren't respecting you the same, right? Because they see you were trying so hard to make it look like you are better than them, right? And if you aren't keeping up with that every day, if you aren't keeping up with that all the time, people are always gonna have something bad to say no matter where you at. If you got a Bugatti Veyron, motherfuckers gonna say, why you ain't get a Bugatti Chiron? If you got a motherfucking Lamborghini Huracan, motherfuckers gonna say, why you ain't get an Aventador? If you get an Aventador, they gonna say, why you ain't get an SV? If you ain't get an SV, why they gonna be like, why you ain't get an SVJ? There's always something better than what you have. The poor man riding a bike wants a car. The nigga with the car wants a sports car. The nigga with the sports car wants a supercar. The nigga with the supercar wants a hypercar, right? There's always comparison. There's always something that we want better than what we have. But when we focus on what we have, we focus on our resources we have, how we can use our resources to our best advantage, right? Then that's when you have unlocked the code, right? You have unlocked the code. You are no longer a slave to what other people think. You are no longer a slave to society, thinking that I have to have this to show other motherfuckers that I'm doing good. You don't have to show nobody you doing good. You want everybody to think you doing bad so they don't rely on you and ask you and hold you. Oh, you getting money? Let me hold $5, bro. Oh, you getting money? Let me hold $20. You feel me? Like, if everybody thinks you down, right? If everybody thinks, oh, this nigga don't really got it how I think he got it, they aren't going to rely on you. They aren't going to come to you and ask you for shit. You going viral just to go broke, fam. You going viral just to go broke. A lot of motherfuckers spend a lot of money, right, to go viral. Spend a lot of money on chains, watches, cars, and they only getting 25 views on TikTok, and they only getting 15 views on TikTok. And now the investment they made into themselves buying this stuff, trying to keep up with the Joneses, literally breaking even at the end of the month. Maybe they make 10K a month, but they spending the whole 10K just to look like they making 50. It ends you in depression, ends you in questioning yourself. You're always in constant comparison of why is he ahead of me doing the same things that I'm doing and I'm not able to do it. But when you stop comparing yourself to the outside world and stop comparing yourself to other people and stop comparing yourself to what everybody else got going on, you can lock in on what you got going on, right? You can lock in on yourself. You can lock in and grind and work on yourself. That's what I've been doing, bro. I ain't been invested in what everybody else got going on, what she got going on, what he got going on, right? Like I used to be so much in the mix of everything, right? That I'm able to lock in and focus on myself and focus on the businesses that I'm running that's able to provide generational wealth for my family, that I'm planning to exit in the next 5 years and sell for millions of dollars, right? What I tell you guys, what I preach in these videos every time is what I'm actually doing. I'm not telling you guys build $1 million company and exit in and sell it so you can have generational wealth for no reason. I'm telling y'all that because that's what I'm doing. That's what motherfuckers that I spend thousands of dollars on mentorship with them are telling me to do, right? So the money that I've been investing, right, for the past maybe year, 18 months, 20 months, has been strictly in my businesses, in my education, and in my infrastructure to grow. It has been in nothing else, right? I haven't bought no new chains, I haven't bought no new watches, I haven't bought no new vehicles, I haven't bought nothing. But everything that I've made in the last 18 months has been focused on infrastructure and growing the things that I already have going, right? Now, a lot of you guys may know me from my clothing brand, Kango Clothing, right? That was a brand that I did growing up, probably until about January of this year. And I slowed down on it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I slowed down on it because it wasn't making sense for me financially. Of course, it did make sense. I was making profit, but the amount of time that I was investing into it, the profit wasn't there how I wanted it to be. But I slowed down on that and focused on something else. This thing grew tremendously, right? $20,000, $30,000 a month, and now it's on its own. I'm investing in infrastructure. I'm hiring new employees. I'm no longer doing this alone, and I'm hiring people to outsource that work, right? Now I can get back focused on my clothing brand. Now I can start dropping more clothes. Now I can start focusing on the things that I actually love to do. I love to dress up, bro. You guys might get it fucked up because I always wear this black tee in every video, but I love to dress up, bro. I love to put that shit on. I like making clothes. This is what really got me into the field of making products in general, right? Clothing. Now I make a different type of product. I sell a different type of product, a more expensive product, a higher ticket product. But multiple streams of income is way better than one, because one is too close to zero, bro. As soon as that one is done, all this Lamborghini, all this lifestyle, all this penthouse that you got is now relying on just you to pick up the pieces and make it work, right? Versus if, all right, boom, I wasn't spending my money on Lamborghinis. I was saving my money for taxes, saving my money for my businesses, and saving a little bit for myself, right? And the same exact situation happens to where I lose a stream of income or something like that. I'm good, bro. I got papers stacked up to where I'm not going to fall back down to where I was before. I can pick myself back up because of the things that I put into place to make sure I'm not gonna fail again, right? But that came from me learning, bro. That came from me literally losing everything, right? Investing everything, because I've always been a big risk taker. I take the risk, right? I take the risk. I will jump and take the risk. I've always been that type of person to take the risk. Take the risk or lose the chance. That's me, bro. I always take the risk. I do shit. I'm a risky motherfucker, right? But I invested everything into the business. Everything. All of my money on inventory, all of my money on ads, all of my money on this. And when it didn't work out how I thought it was going to work out, that taught me a valuable lesson. That don't play with money and don't play with yourself, fam. Because understand this one thing. If nobody is going to take yourself serious, right? If nobody going to take you serious, you better be the motherfucker to do it. Because look, there's so much mistake that you can make that you're going to be way set back. Just riding in the car with one nigga one wrong time, and he see a op that he don't like, he see a nigga that he don't like, and he shoot him. Now you in jail for attempted murder, accessory to murder, right? Because you in a car with the nigga, right? And now you in a position to where you either gotta tell on this jit, or you gonna get tell on the jit and you gonna get bagged yourself, right? You gonna get killed yourself for telling on the jit, or you gonna keep it solid and keep your mouth shut, survive, and break out of that in 10, 15 years after you get sentenced. But the problem with that is one simple mistake can change your whole life, and one simple choice decision can also change your whole life in a positive way. There was one thing that changed my life in a positive way, and I never looked back from that moment, right? And that was me deciding to take myself serious. Come on. Was to take myself serious, bruh. You hear this, Blue? We over here, we chopping it up. We talking business right now. You know what I'm saying? It's my dog. It's my dog. Come on. But yeah, one simple decision changed my life, and that was, I'm tired of doing what everybody else is doing. I'm tired of sitting back, smoking weed, and letting my life pass me by. I want to be somebody. I want to be great. And that was the decision in my head, the switch in my head that said, wait, I'm not supposed to be playing video games every day. I'm not supposed to be smoking my lungs out every day, smoking weed, smoking vapes every day. I'm supposed to be locked in and working on something that can help me in the future. I don't know what it is right now, but something that I'm supposed to do needs to change. And when I started realizing that something that I'm doing, that it needs to change, I was able to make that change and eventually figure out what the problem was, cut out the problem, add something new, right? Add a new habit, habit of working on e-commerce stores. And this was the thing that changed my life, y'all. So listen, lock in, bro. I know I've been away for a couple weeks. I know I've been away for not even a couple weeks. I'll never let myself fall that far back. But I've been locked in, focused on hiring employees, expanding my business. I've really been locked in, bro. Trust me. YouTube is not my full-time. I always say this, but YouTube is not my full-time thing, right? So I've been away for a couple days. I know I've been away for a couple days, but you guys need to lock in, bro. Lock in. I know I've been away for a couple days, but you gotta lock in, fam. You gotta get going on what you doing, bro. Get it going. Because look, nobody's gonna wait for you, bro. Nobody's gonna wait for you, but nobody, you feel me? Nobody gonna wait for you, bro. You gotta get shit going. You gotta get shit moving now, bro. There's a reason why she not looking your way right now. There's a reason why you're not getting respect from the motherfucker you want to get respect from. There's a reason you're not getting respect from the girls you want to get respect from, fam. It's because you're not where you supposed to be. They see that you wasting your potential, right? You're not where you supposed to be. They see that. They see that you slacking. They see that you're not where you supposed to be. That's why you're not getting the respect you're doing. When I built up my brand to 12,000 followers and I built up this and I was working on it every day, I got the most respect I ever got in my life, right? And I'm always a motherfucker that get respect, bro. I look good, nigga. You feel me? I dress good. I always been a motherfucker that get respect. Salute, right? But when I built something, when I actually started investing in myself and built something from the ground, that's when a different type of respect came, right? When I started meeting these influencers and these rappers, right? That's when a different type of respect came. So I wasn't doing this regular shit that everybody is regularly doing. Getting up, playing Call of Duty on Fortnite. You're not going to stand out like that, bruh. You're not going to stand out playing Call of Duty. You're not going to stand out playing Fortnite. You're not going to stand out playing the game, bruh. You're just going to be another username on the motherfucking list. Playing this bitch every day. Stop. And grind. Get up and grind. But I appreciate all y'all who have stuck with me throughout these couple weeks that I've been dropping these videos. I appreciate all y'all who have subscribed to my channel. I'm gonna keep going. I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers. I appreciate all y'all who have watched my videos, though. You guys gotta lock in. If you already locked in, hit me up on Instagram. We gonna work stuff like that. But I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. We out. Wait, hold on. I gotta get my thumbnail. I've been sitting down this whole video. Let me go ahead and get my thumbnail. Alright, I'm gonna catch y'all on this one. We out.